And hello, 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 hello. Wow, can you believe it's already time for the STRIVE Alumni Town Hall? I am Verna Hamilton, and I'm here with my co-host, the host with the most, I should say, Terrence D. Byerson. Hey, Terrence.
Hey, what's up, ladies? All y'all looking great. Yeah, we're
See,
gonna have some fun tonight. It's on and popping. Yes. Go ahead, Verna.
so we are live. It is March, Women's History Month. We are streaming live from 6 to 7. Like I said, we started way back in July. And as we normally do, we start up at the top of the hour with some announcements, some shout outs. And I want to share with you the good news that all of our alumni have shared with us. So let's get to it. Good news. Last month, we started a new feature where every month we draw 3 names in a raffle for our alumni. And these names are drawn from those who have shared good news, whether they earned a credential, they got a new job, they're celebrating a milestone in their life. And out of those names, we picked 3. So the names that you will see, congratulations to our February raffle winners, Sharon D, Gabrielle B, and Raphael C. We also would like to give shout outs and share our congratulations to Tavares C, Octavia, Justin, Robert, Cesar, Dorian, Ebony, Courtney, Rancel, Eric, Rachel, Ronald, Moniqua, Kiani, Monet, Nazrin, Jubilee, Oscar, Earl, Christina, Vanessa, Nigeria, Lizelle, Asatu, Joey, Quine, and Zaquan. Congratulations to you all. We're also going to have a raffle for March because this is a March Alumni Town Hall. So we will have the raffle. If you want to, if you haven't already shared good news with one of our staff and you want to be a part of the raffle, just drop your email in the chat. If you don't want your email out like that, feel free to email vhamilton@strive.org or tbyerson@strive.org. Okay. So, Terrence.
Yes.
I know you are man enough to handle all the femininity in this space. It's no problem for you. It's no problem for you. But I have the pleasure of introducing some great people. I thought it would be cool for the month of March to highlight some women who, well, let's just bring them in. They are our business development team. They're known as Team Awesome. And I don't want to waste another moment talking about how awesome they are. I want people to get a chance to meet them. So as you announce them, I'll bring them in, just like, NBA All-Star, March Madness. Bringing them all in, getting it all in. Everything happened in March. It's
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's great. Everybody out there in YouTube land is watching us. These are some amazing women. I'm not just saying they're amazing women because I happen to know them all personally and work with them and just love being around them, as always. So the first one I am going to introduce is the senior STRIVE employee. That's Afi Turner Myers. Now, Afi, as I introduce them, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I know about them and how I feel about them. And Afi is mad funny, yo. You know what I'm saying? Afi's going to keep you laughing.
Facts.
She's never down, no matter what. She has a great rapport with everybody from all spectrums of whatever. She can talk to anybody. She's funny, she's laughable, and she knows her job. That is Afi. Next person I'm going to introduce is Jill. Now, Jill is the least senior out of us of all. I think Jill's been around here for 2 years. If not, it seemed like 4 years. But anyway, Jill is another one. You know what? One thing I just realized that all these ladies are always happy, always laughing. I love Jill's energy. Jill is fearless. When she started here, it was like she was with Strive. On her first day, it seemed like she was here forever. She fit right in. So Jill is a great, whatever she does, job developer, employment specialist, YouTuber, TikToker, all of that. Jill is fantastic. The next one I am going to introduce, now this lady here, this is my girl. Like all these are my girl, but this one here, not because she used to work for me, because she did used to work for me. When I had my program, she was my employment specialist. I'm not going to tell y'all how she got the job. I'm going to let her tell y'all how she got the job working with Strive. And that is Miss Rosalind Smith, AKA Rosie. And last but not least, this lady here, Tara Gilbert, who is the mainstay of the department, the big cheese, the head honcho, the capitana. Tara runs the whole department here. And she's the one that, this lady here, she's dynamic. Like she is dynamic. She knows her stuff. She is, as a leader, the tools that she possesses are amazing. She can teach leadership. She tried to act like she's shy sometimes when it comes to doing things like speaking in public, but once she get up there, she's rocking it. The only thing that I can tell you about Tara, the good things, that Tara was part of a 4-person section with me, Verna, Tara, and Miss Letitia Smith.
Yes.
And we call ourselves the Quad. So it was 4 of us. We were the Quad before the squad. You know what I'm saying? And Tara, so the only thing about Tara is that Tara is not, let me say.
Don't do it. Don't
listen,
do it.
Listen,
don't do it.
I grew up, I was born, raised, and I'm gonna probably die in Harlem, in the hood of Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Which I love to death. Straight up hood. Let's just say Tara has been taking hood lessons from me from the time I met her. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, and on that note,
I've been teaching her how to have a little.
And on that note,
she's a lady.
Yes, very good, very good. I'm gonna save your life.
And she's doing great too. So these are the ladies of Strive's business development. These are the ladies, let me tell you, y'all don't know what business development is. Business development is getting our participants jobs. And not only getting them jobs that leads to career. And what happens with that is that these are the ladies that groom them on how to interview, how to write a resume, how to do a 30-second pitch. After they get the job, they still talk to them because we want to make sure that they are still capable of doing what they have to do. And these ladies have a touch on every individual that has gotten jobs. They did a magnificent job pre-COVID, and during COVID, they were even greater. The way they pivoted and just kept things going. So it's been a pleasure to work with these ladies. It's always a pleasure. And you guys now out there are going to learn about who they are and what the work they do. Fair enough.
Awesome. Thank you, Terrence. So I am going to kick it off and ask each one of you how you came to Strive. Afi? And, maybe just 30 seconds or more, and then you tag the next person to share how they came to Strive, okay?
Okay, I came to Strive after writing the founder of Strive for a long time. I came to Strive. And I was working at another nonprofit, and I happened to be at a barbecue, and Larry heard me answer a question. And he said, "Where you work at?" And I told him. He said, "You know about Strive?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Can you come interview?" I said, "Yes." And I came on my lunch break from my old job and interviewed, and I've been there ever since.
And who do you
So
tag?
I'm going to tag Jill.
Sorry. I started with Strive in 2019, November 2019. I was looking for an organization that I felt passionate about. And it wasn't so much about finding a new job. It was about finding a new home for myself, an organization that I really believed in. And I heard about Strive way before, but I remembered that Rosalind, I used to work with Rosalind at another organization, was working for Strive. So I said, "Listen, are they hiring?" And she said, "Yes." And she proceeded to put my resume on everyone's desk. And I was shortly contacted after that for an interview, and I interviewed with Tara and Rochelle and Lakithia, and then I was hired. That's how I got into Strive. Oh,
Who are you tagging?
Rosalind.
Hi, everyone. So I just finished working for another non-for-profit organization. I decided to take a little break, maybe like 5 months. And then I started looking around at different organizations, and I bumped into Strive. And I read what the mission of Strive was, and I really liked what I read. So I decided to call and speak to the manager of the, I guess, the employment specialists or the job developers. They transferred me to Terrence Barr's. And I spoke to Terrence and I told him, "I'm not going to do LinkedIn. I'm not going to do Indeed. I'm just going to tell you who I am and what I have to offer." I said, "If you hire me," I said, "you are going to have one of the best employment specialists you ever had." At the moment, he told me he didn't have a position. So I was interviewing for another position at another not-for-profit organization, and they were going to hire me. But then Terrence called me that Friday after the interview and asked me, "Can you interview on Monday?" And I said, "Absolutely." So I came down, interviewed on Monday with him and two young ladies named Mate and Imani. And then, of course, I interviewed with the president, which is Lakithia. And crazy because Lakithia knew my old boss from my last employment. And she asked me if I was to call him, he's a very good friend of mine, what would he tell me about you? And I gave her a 2-page reference letter. So then she told me, "Okay, that's all." She said, "So you can leave now." Asked Terrence to come in. Terrence came back out like 2 minutes later. He was like, "You hired, can you start?" I was like, "Sure." And I started the following Monday and been there going on 3 years next month. And I pass it on to Miss Tara Gilbert.
Thank you, Rosie. So I was in Florida, and I was working to serve the community in Florida, in Central Florida. And I wanted to serve the community at a larger level in a larger city. So I applied for Strive, and oddly enough, it was just one of the places in New York City that I applied to. I was called for an interview. I had 4 virtual interviews. And then lastly, I was flown up from Florida in the middle of winter to the Strive offices and met with Lakithia and the entire team. I actually was shown the desk that I was going to be sitting in. And when I saw the area and I looked around, Terrence was there, Letitia Smith was there, our director of training, and Verna was there. And they had the biggest smiles. And I just felt like, okay, I think I'm good. This is where I'm going to stay. And that's how it ended up at Strive. And it's been 2 years.
Great. So I, for one, am extremely glad that you came to Strive. And one of the things that we wanted to talk about is how is it working with a group of women? What is the team dynamic like? What are some of the benefits? Because I don't know where I've been in any organization that the entire business development team was a team of women. So if you would speak to that and have at it.
For me, well, as an only child, working with people, period, for me has been an experience. But working with this particular group of women, for me, has been empowering. It is powerful. This is a strong group of women. We all have strong opinions. I tell people we're not arguing, we talking. Don't worry about it, right? But we laugh a lot. The good thing is we're women, we know we're emotional. So if a tear needs to be shed, let it out, girl, keep it moving. What's going on? How we gonna make it happen? And we happen to have leadership in Ms. Gilbert that allows us to be who we are. And she doesn't ask you to change who you are. So I think that helps. And her leadership has shown us that, okay, get the tears out, have an attitude, but get it done. No excuses. So when you're working for somebody that tells you no excuses, you're going to come up with no excuses. You're going to get it done. So I appreciate working with this group of women because that's our motto, no excuses.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to piggyback on Afi because it is an amazing group. That's why it's called Team Awesome. And especially when you have an amazing supervisor that is very supportive. First and foremost, every single morning that we meet with her, she always asks, how you doing? Do you need anything? Is everything okay? It's the very first thing that comes out her mouth before we even get to the nitty of the gritty of the entire week that we have to do. And this is every single day. She doesn't skip a beat to ask you if there's anything that you need from her. But besides that, working with an amazing group of women that support one another, that pings off each other's ideas, that is there for one another. When one person's not there, the other person is always going to be able to carry the other person. You know what I'm trying to say? Because we're like that. It's more like a family group that we have, like a little sisterhood that we have. And it's just great. I love it. And don't get me wrong, there's sometimes that, we do come at each other because as women we do, but we bring it back and it's really nothing, like I said. So I love this group. It's very supportive, very good. And I'm happy to be part of the business development team.
So how do you bring it back?
In reference to what if we
when you say Afi said that you're strong women, and I'm disclaimer, I'm going to interview you as though I don't know you, because I am truly biased. I think you're all phenomenal, so I'm trying to hold it together, keeping my eye on the chat. And by the way, there's Hey Social Media Queen and Awesome ES Jill, you are great. Afi, hey, love it, miss you, Tara. Takara loves you. That's for somebody. So the chat is buzzing. So
so how we bring it back, like I said, if there's anything that we disagree, we'll either call each other on the phone, we'll email, we're gonna email each other, we're gonna text each other. I mean, it gets resolved within that same day. Nothing is held back or is not resolved that same day. That's the only way I can really describe it. So like if Afi says something that I don't like, let's just say, I will call Afi and let her know this is how I felt. She, and it's always a thing that we are so grown as women that we could apologize to one another if we do, you know what I'm saying? Offend the next team member. So I don't know if that's a way of explaining it, bringing it right back. We just try to clarify it right then and there, that same day.
Like, don't hold it, because when you hold it, usually for women, because I know as an emotional being, for me, when I hold stuff in, you can see it. I don't have a poker face. So if Rosie says something I don't like and we in a meeting, everything is on Zoom now. It's like right there in your face, right? Usually if we were in the office, I would poke her because Rosie always sits.
I don't sit too far from her, right? Exactly.
But, I'll throw right, I can't poke her right now. So I just look, I get a look on my face like.
I'll toss her a pen right across.
Listen, I just want to say something right here, and this is just my own personal view and my own personal thing. I think in a team, just like in a family, you're always going to have some type of disagreements. And I don't want the audience going around thinking that, because you're 4 women, that y'all going to be disagreeing. Because you can be 4 men, you can be 2 men and 2 women.
Of course.
I think the fact that you all are all leaders and that you have all your own personalities, which make you great, which make y'all able to do the jobs you're doing, it's going to be sometimes all the time in all fields, there's going to be some give and take. And that's part of being a great team. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have give and take, just like in a relationship, if you're not arguing with your spouse or have a disagreement with your spouse, then something's wrong right there. But the fact that you all
by the way,
to get to do that and to get that, but I don't want people thinking that, oh my God, it's for women. And
No.
this is what goes on.
No. But by the way, shout out to Miss Laura for allowing you to sit in this space with all of us.
Okay,
for Women's History. And
Wait,
as our August guest, shout out to Laura Byerson.
Yes,
but
Laura.
that's an excellent point you make, Terrence. And one of the things I wanted to hear from the team, awesome, is how do you teach team dynamics in the professional settings with our alumni at virtual job? Well, okay, I'm jumping ahead of myself. You mentioned that you are not able to throw and turn around. For example, I'm used to being able to turn around, look at Tara, we have a conversation, and turn back and go back to our work. Talk about how you had to adjust to virtual reality when most of what your work entails is that one-on-one relationship building, nurturing conversation. How did you pivot? Tell the story. Go ahead, Jill.
I want to answer that one because, excuse me, I've noticed since the beginning of the pandemic, that's where the little name Team Awesome came from, because we stopped working on March 16th and March 17th, we picked up at home. Well, this team that is in front of you right now never missed a beat, never. They were able to engage their students by phone, by email, by Zoom, and create this unbelievable bond that they have with these students, that to this day, the students reach out to them for every little thing, when they have a bad day, when they've reached a milestone, when they've accomplished something. This team performs every single day. They give, people always give the cliche, oh, I give 110%. No, they give 200% of themselves. They give double every single day. They work so hard to create these relationships and then to maintain them, and then to motivate these students to go to the next level, to do the next thing, to not be stagnant. So to watch them every single day think like leaders, act like leaders, and form these amazing relationships, it makes me proud every single day. And I know on a daily basis, I hold the bar high. I know this. They meet it every single day. When I put head to pillow at night, I am so content with the work that they've done that day that I am beaming, as Jill calls me like a mother. I am just beaming with pride because of what this team does and produces every single day. We placed 589 people last year.
Wait, because I know, because every time you try to gloss over it, I need people to understand that is 589 people found work, jobs in the middle of a pandemic. I'm sorry. Can we all just unmute ourselves and give a round of applause for Team Awesome?
They need a round of applause. They need a round of applause.
I have a question
and not
for
just
Jill.
only the fact. Wait, can I just say one thing? Sorry, Terrence. And not just that they found jobs, that we were able to connect to new employers in a time when a lot of other CBOs weren't finding new business. So we were generating new business, generating new job orders, and connecting our clients to positions in a time that many CBOs couldn't do the same. So, sorry, Terrence, I didn't mean to interrupt.
And also, Tara, kudos to you guys too, because from what I realized, I do think that y'all got some people jobs that weren't quote unquote STRIVE participants. I believe that too.
Yes, we did.
Y'all got some people jobs, right? So my question is for
Jill.
Jill.
We
wasn't trying to turn our back on people that needed employment.
Yes, during the pandemic. That's right.
Exactly.
My question is for Jill, because when we did pivot and everything had to change, the only difference that Jill had between the three of you all is that Jill has a 6-year-old, I believe. So not only did she have to do her work for Strive. She has a 6-year-old that has to do school. And she has to be a mommy. So I would like to hear, Jill, how did you navigate through that? Because I think that is also an amazing virtue.
Here she
to
comes now
accomplish.
because she knows you're talking about her.
Yes. Come on, Shiloh.
Hello.
Okay, give that. She's 5 years old.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Well,
That's Shiloh.
it was
She's our mascot.
yeah. Well, also Verna and I were the first ones to work from home. We were the first two.
Oh, you were the pilot.
Yeah, we were the first one. So it was cool that first week because my daughter was still in school. But then the following week, they shut the schools down. And I was just like, oh my God. But I have very supportive parents who everyone knows my family by now, but very, very supportive parents. I give big major props to parents who don't have what I have and that have to work and teach and have older kids, because she's only 5, she's in kindergarten. The work is not that hard, but she has a lot of energy. But I work with a team of people, especially Tara, that really like have empathy for me, I guess I should say. And yeah, and have literally been watching my child grow for the last year. Like, you know, hasn't even really met anyone, you know, but it's like her family. Like Tara's like her godmother, you know what I mean? So they're just very
Love that little girl.
Yeah, it's been difficult, but everybody knows Shiloh. The students know Shiloh. The graduates know Shiloh. She's just a part of the team. So. Yeah.
And she
Tell
takes her
Shiloh.
notes too, right? Doesn't she take her notes?
I was about to say, I've seen Shiloh's notes, and I have to just say, Jill, that no one can say that you don't do your work, because she hears and she's learning by example, and she's taking notes. So it's just wonderful. And so for those days when you think that you aren't doing it, Shiloh sees what you're doing and she's encouraged. And so Shiloh, I said I was going to give you a shout out on the STRIVE Alumni Town Hall. Thank you for helping Mommy do what she does. You're awesome. STRIVE, future alumni.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
So talk about virtual job club, self-directed job search. I know you pulled the trigger seemingly overnight, and some viewing now may not realize that some in the community came across the virtual job club, and talk about what it is, when it happens, and fly and be free. Do what you do.
Let's talk about it. You want me to talk about it?
Come on, Jill, you got it.
You do job club, I'll do self-directed search.
Yes. So job club is it's not just about getting a job. Really, because it started during the pandemic. So people were in the house board, needed something to do almost. So it was a place for not only to hear about the job opportunities, but a place to go to every Tuesday and Thursday at 10, and to be with other people, you know, and to be able to engage with other people and develop relationships. And we got to know our graduates, some of our students. But it's every Tuesday and Thursday. We basically go over all of our jobs, and we talk about interviewing. We talk about prepping candidates. They come in just to tell us how their interview went. We have our regulars that come every Tuesday and Thursday, and I think they just like to come and hang out with us. It's really a place where you can sort of let loose and just talk to other people, especially in the beginning, right, guys? It was a lot about like, how are you doing, first and foremost? How are you feeling? How is your family? So it was a sense of community. We've sort of built this sort of community online. So that's what Job Club is. It's a mix of a lot of different things. So that's what we do every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. And then Afi has her.
And wait, how do people join Virtual Job Club?
So they just go on the Strive remote page. Is that what you're talking about? Actually, how do they get on there? They go on the
Mhm.
Strive remote page. I don't know the actual, maybe somebody knows.
It's
it is-
strive.org/remote.
There you
And
go.
then there's a job club tab that you could click right into. It'll take you right into the job club where we give you the hottest jobs every single week.
And you
And
can also follow us on Instagram. It's
That's it.
NYC5. And I announce just reminders on our page. You can go on there also to find out what's happening at Job Club.
So on Instagram, it's Strive NYC.
It's NYC Strive.
NYC Strive on Instagram, NYC Strive on Instagram, and to join Virtual Job Club on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10, they will go to strive.org/remote.
Yes.
Yes, and
Click.
they must download Zoom in order to be able to either get into either one of them.
Okay, via Zoom,
Yes, via Zoom, yes.
Just want to, because somebody's going to replay this after we are off live, and we want them to be able to clearly understand how to get on to Virtual Job Club. So that takes place every Tuesday and Thursday, and this isn't new. They've been doing it for a year now. Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. strive.org, strive.org/remote. Click on Job Club and you will be there, but you have to download Zoom first. And if you think that Tuesday and Thursday wasn't enough, you have self-directed job search.
So on Fridays at 10 a.m., we do a self-directed search. And like Jill said, for a lot of people, I've learned that getting the job, it's not a problem. They can talk, you can do the interview, you can get the job. It's keeping the job and how do you advance in the job? Or, I work with a population of people that are a little rough around the edges sometimes, right? And how do you make yourself appear passionate but not aggressive? I work with people on the things that we've learned to do that may not always be the right thing to do in a professional setting, or you may not want to come across like a certain way. So I try to help people learn how to keep their job, advance in their job, how to have that money conversation with your boss. Don't just quit and say it wasn't paying me enough, but how to have a money conversation, because it's not easy. Those are the things that I do during the self-directed search. And I give out links to companies that I know for a fact are hiring. They haven't had the pleasure of meeting me yet. So I send you first, and then you come back and let me know what you got from it. And then I go in and talk my talk, and we get that job. And that's what we do. So it's each one teach one, give and take. So that's self-directed search. And it's the same links that everybody's been telling you, except for it's on Friday at 10 a.m. It's on strive.org/remote, and hit the tab that says self-directed search on Fridays at 10 a.m.
Okay. I have a question for all of you ladies. On most great teams, like the Chicago Bulls back in the days, if they had 5 Michael Jordans on their team, there's no way they would ever win championships. If the Lakers had 5 Kobe Bryants, there was no way they can win championships. And the reason being is that in order for a team to succeed, everybody must play a certain role, or must have a certain part, or must have a certain skill in order to make the team thrive. I always liken it to your hand. You got 5 fingers on your hand, but they all do something different. If you had 5 thumbs, something's not going to work. If you had 5 pointers, it's not going to work. So being that you guys are a great team, I would like to know each one of you all's secret sauce or your specialty, or what do you bring to the team that makes this team thrive? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because each one of you ladies are dynamic in your own way, and I want to know what your dynamism is. All right, so can we start off with Rosie, which I already know what hers is.
She may have a new recipe. You don't know.
You never know
what it is. She can get something new, but I know exactly what she had. And if she better not ever change her recipe.
I'm not gonna change it. I'm a person that a task is given to me, is going to get done right then and there. I don't sit on it. And Terrence knows this very well, because when Terrence used to give me a task, and this used to drive me crazy with him all the time, he will come to me and be like, oh, Rosie, was that done? And I'll just look at him like, what do you think? It's done. You know what I'm saying? So he's
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh,
how
but
she used to talk to me.
but that's how I would, because I'm like, if you're giving me something to do, and he knows maybe I don't know, it's ADD, I don't know what it is. It's just something that it has to be completed and done. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't mean to say it that way, but once the task is given to me, I don't like to sit on it. I want it done. Let's get on to the next project. So what do you want to call that? I guess a person that completes a task in a timely manner. And another thing,
do you remember what Afi said when we were talking? Remember we were talking about Job Club and what Job Club looks like? Afi broke it down the best.
How she broke it down?
You don't remember that? It was the best. Just to give everyone some insight on what we are, who we are, and what we're like with the students and the graduates. Afi broke it down perfectly.
Break it down, Afi, because I didn't hear
Break
it.
it down.
Break it down,
Afi. Let's hear it.
Break it.
I gotta be honest with y'all. Rosie trying to sound very professional. Thank you, my sister. I appreciate you. But at the end of the day, right? This is how the team works. I plays my position. As y'all can tell, I'm like Terrence. I got a little bit of hey hood in me, right? So that's what I do. I bring that to the table. I'm a triple threat. I'm smart. I'm pretty. I'm smart. I got the degrees to back it up. I'm pretty, and I got the best of both worlds, common sense, and I'm gonna hit you with that professionalism. Rosie is the comedian. She is we're gonna do this. This is how you're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. Hut. Jill is the one that's like, guys, Tara said no. Tara said, Afi, stop playing. Tara said, no, Rosie, stop. Tara said, and then Tara comes in. Tara is mom. Afi, what are you? I'm not doing nothing. Rosie, stop. Jill. And that is our team. Tara comes in and she's the regulator. She is the coach. She is our coach. Tara come in, or you gonna do this, you gonna do this, and you gonna do this. That's it. Period.
Shut
like
down.
Yes, she does.
We have
Wait. Roger that.
There's a lot of people on our team that are a little ADD. So
it's true.
And Tara will sort of like reel everyone back in. Come on back in, and just like sit it down.
And she was like, Rosie, she was like, take your time. She was like, don't rush. And I'll be like,
yes.
I'm like, yeah, but let me tell you something. But then at the same time, you're not trying to rush, but when you're getting 25 emails in an hour from Tara, you like this. Jill, am I wrong, Jill, am I wrong?
You're right. Right.
Yeah, Rosie is
Berta,
always
can I give my breakdown of each person?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Let me
So-
straighten myself together to receive the
You don't have
breakdown.
to straighten yourself up. So you know what I already think about them. I think the world of them as my employees and as women. I love and respect them. I'm concerned about them on a daily basis. I want the best for them. Jill single-handedly has this innate ability for interpersonal skills, because on a daily basis, and I pray about this, I have about this much patience, and that's more than enough. And Jill will say, well, Tara, you know what? This person is going through this. Let me coach them because I think I could get through it. And lo and behold, she's 100% right. That's Jill every single day. And she's amazing with marketing. Afi has the ability to connect to people at all levels. We have some people who come into Job Club who are hard to handle. Quite frankly, sometimes I look to Afi because I was like, I just wanted to put the remove button on the Zoom to get them out. But Afi does it. She does it with humor. She does it being as succinct as possible. And they love and respect her every single day. I never have to worry. Rosie is my right hand many, many days. She's right. I send her about 400 emails on a daily basis. But guess what? I get back 400 emails saying done, 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 done every single day. It feels so good to have somebody that I can depend on and know it's done. That is a lot of things that some managers are not able to say. And it kind of stands true with everybody. I give everybody something to do, or there's something that we have to, do as a team. I don't worry that, oh my gosh, are they going to do it? I don't know. On a daily basis, like I said, head to pillow, I'm confident in what this team does every day.
So let's talk about what this team does. Highlight some of the success stories, with, without exposing individuals' details, but what are some of the highlights just in the past year that really made your heart swell because your team was able to get it done? I see you, Jill. Go for it.
This is my favorite part. This is why I love what I do, because of these highlights and highlighting these students, graduates, and watching them grow and develop them. And it's just wonderful. Mm-hmm. There is one person, I'm pretty sure I can say his name because he was our hidden hero, was Shay McCoy, who's one of my favorite people. I met him shortly after I started, and I placed him with the big nonprofit organization. And less than a year, he was promoted to a supervisor. I think he had about like 6-7 people under him. And I called him recently, and because we chat, we talk, and he was ready to leave and to go to the next level. And we got him a job. Now he's a supervisor, but on a bigger scale, I guess, making more money. And he's doing so great. The company loves him. He's happy. And he's very ambitious, and he wants a lot for himself, and he's a go-getter, and he hustles. And that's like one of my favorite STRIVE graduates.
What does he call you, Jill? What does he call you?
Oh, he said, "I'm the truth. You're the truth." Yeah.
Yeah.
That's high praise.
That's high praise.
Yeah, it's good to see the students elevate in their, to go higher into their career, to get promoted. And a lot of times they'll just stay where they are, and they could stay there for a long time, some of them, because they're comfortable. So it's nice to kind of push them out of their comfort level, or just, to get them to go to the next level. It doesn't stop. That's what I love about STRIVE. It's not about just getting someone a job and then forgetting all about them. It's so much more than that.
Right. So if
invested in their careers, we invest in them, which
absolutely,
means a lot.
So if someone loses their job, they can always come back.
Absolutely.
Team awesome.
Mm-hmm. Always.
That was one of my moments. One of my guys that I work with. And full disclosure, he was like, "Oh, Afi, nobody's gonna hire me. I never worked before." And I was like, "Sure you did. You are a Black man in New York City. Yes, you did work. You cannot tell me you live for free nowhere." He was like, "No, I clean the house and stuff. That's experience. Let's put it on your resume." He was like, "You know what? I learned how to use one of them buffer machines." I was like, "Let's put it on your resume." So we created a resume. And at first, he started out as an intern. He did an internship at a nonprofit that I work with. They hired him as an intern. They liked his work so much. After his internship, they hired him. And then now he then later became the supervisor of maintenance. This is a person that said to me, I never had a job, and I don't have no skills. So to get a job and then to advance to supervisor there, that let me know that I'm on the right track and I'm doing the right thing. That right there just let me know I'm doing the right thing. So.
Listen, Terrence, I got these questions in the chat, and if I don't get to them, looks like people are going to be hot. So I see a question. What advice can you give to individuals seeking employment in 2021? What does it take to get the job?
Who wants to answer that?
I can answer.
Go.
It takes determination, is what it does. It takes determination, it takes a commitment to professionalism, and it takes a job searching mindset. You have to get in the mindset to say, this is what I'm going to do, and this is the steps I'm going to take to get to that point, and I'm going to work just as hard until I achieve the goal that I have. There's adapting. That's another thing. So many times we think about before the pandemic, You would, find out what time your interview is. You get on the train, you get there 15 minutes early, you shake hands. We don't do that really anymore. It's all done virtually. So you have to be able to adapt to that. But that doesn't mean if it's virtually, you could just be comfortable in your PJs and get on camera. You have to adapt to the new way of job searching. So there's a couple of things, but I would say be adaptable, be professional, be committed, and have a job search mindset.
And
That is
think
absolutely
outside-
true.
And think outside the box.
Exactly.
Especially now, we get sometimes our graduates, they want it all right then and there, and they want the position, and they may not qualify, so you might have to take something else, to get your foot in the door. So it's just thinking outside the box is really important right now.
And that is true. And another thing too, if you're really interested in a company, like I did, I was interested in Strive. I did my research in Strive. I went after Strive, and I knew that I was going to be part of Strive. So you got to really manifest that and really do your research on the company, and make sure you answer your emails, and make sure your voicemail is professional, and make sure when you're on the Zoom, you have a nice shirt and a tie, because you're not the only person going for that job. You have so many other people competing with you for that position. So you have to put your best foot forward.
That's well said, Rosie.
And while you're at it, talk about one of the tools that you use to help people prepare for interviewing.
Talk hiring. Go on, Jill. Hit it.
Go ahead, Jill. Got it, Jill.
See how I did that?
Yeah. So Talk Hiring is a mock interview tool that we're starting to use more and more and more. The key is to get the students to do it. That's the key. That's
okay. So pretend I'm a student. Why on earth would I
be a
want
difficult,
to
be
do?
a difficult student?
Okay. So why? I got things to do. I got places to be. Why I'm just going to talk to a screen? That's not like talking to a person. I mean, what? Why?
This team would say, are you working right now? Are you working right now?
You want me to do it?
Well, see what had happened was.
Right. You want me to do it, Jill? What else do you have to do? I'm asking you to do this because it's a technique that we use that will help you be better in your interviewing. Right. I do it. Tara uses it. Jill uses it. Rosie does it. If we can do it, you can do it. What's the problem?
Okay, but how does it work? How does it work?
Jill. Listen, I'm explaining it to you. Just be easy. I'm explaining it to you. Or
I'm still in character.
Yes, it's like 10 minutes, right? It's like 10 minutes. It's a phone call. They're going to ask you some questions. You're going to answer them the way you would on an interview. When you finish, they're going to give you how many ums. Like, we don't realize how many times you say or instead of taking a pause, you'll say or you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It tells you what you're doing and helps correct those behaviors. So when you do go on an interview, because of those trainings and you hear it in your head, you're going to know, instead of saying take a beat.
Yeah.
So I think I can do, and it's going to give you the tools that you need. How do I know it works? I've done it. I've tried it. And I go on interviews because it's my job to know what an employer is going to ask you. So do it.
Right. So that's right. So that shows you the difference in our personalities.
Yes.
Because the Afi would be like, what else do you have to do? Like, that's what she would say. Me, I would say, I would do a little bit of that, but I would explain, I'd go further. They can hear themselves. So you may not believe me when I tell you that you keep using the word and like, and you know what I'm saying, but you're going to hear yourself in that recording. And you're going to hear yourself. So it's a great tool, and it also tells you, you're talking too fast, you're talking too slow, you're not giving enough detail, maybe you need to use the Barr method, maybe, so it really breaks it down. And it's nice because we get a copy of it. So we get that same feedback. And then when you and I come together, we can discuss what you need to work on specifically.
What's the best part, Jill? The best part too about it is that you could use it over and over and over again. It's not like a one try, let me try it. You could do it until you perfect yourself. And that's the great thing about Strive giving you this component for you to be able to do better when it comes to your interviews.
Yeah, correct.
It's a great tool.
I'm with Team Awesome. I'm with Team Awesome. Okay.
But we do other
So-
things too, Verna. We do things like, Tara, remember that time we had one client that didn't show up for work, and I made him write me an email, a little essay,
Sure did.
why it's not okay.
Yeah.
So we might
Why it's not
have
okay
to
not to
do
show
stuff
up.
like
Mhm.
that. And he did it, you know. So
Yes, he
we have other ways of, like, you know.
And
So
Verna,
you
that
not-
goes back to the rapport that my team has with their clients. Because if you think about it, somebody blows off a job or they don't show up, why would they answer this girl and say, I'm going to write a 500-word essay? And he did do it. So that just tells you the level of professionalism that Jill has, and Afi and Rosie, and how they relate with their clients so well.
So you not only work on the speaking, you work on the team dynamics, and you work on the written communication that helps our alums and graduates stand apart and remain competitive. You know what you didn't talk about? You didn't talk about this advanced training. And
Oh,
the site,
that's your part.
you didn't talk about that. And I guess I have to talk about it because I'm involved in it. So one of the things that
you could do it.
One of the things that we're committed to do is not only helping you get into that initial job, but to make sure you have the skills and the advanced training to stay competitive in the marketplace. So right now, if you are a STRIVE alum and you do not have your site safety card and you're working in construction, you really cannot work in construction due to local law 196 without that site safety training. Get to Virtual Job Club and let this team awesome know that you need training. They're also, is the hoist training still happening?
That's tonight and tomorrow night, but there's a potential for another session if this goes well. So we did offer hoist training for today and tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
So I say all this to say, we only know what you need when you communicate and stay connected and stay in touch. If you are looking at some additional credential that will help you advance in your chosen career, let us know. Talk to us. You hear them. We're here not only to have you stay in one position, but to progress along your career pathway. Terrence, did you have any questions while I check the chat?
Oh no, I didn't have any questions. I just want to give a quick story about Rosie.
What?
So when Rosie was working for me, right, she would come, I guess it's a Friday, she would come in on Monday and she's like, I went to the laundry the other day and I got these 2 jobs for this place right here. You know? So she like, although she wasn't working, and that's why I used to say it about Rosie, she was ABC, always be closing. Now, not only she just went to the laundry or the store or whatever and said, I got these 2 connects for a job right here, which I think was like, wow. So you even, or even on the weekends. The other, like about a month ago, Rosie was in Harlem with her girlfriend and she called me up and she said, I'm in Harlem. I was like, all right, where you at? So I met them in Harlem. So we in a spot, right? And we over here, you know, vibing and stuff. And she said, these 2 guys just keep looking at me. So she goes up, she gets over there, get over there. She comes back and says, oh, yo, they're 22 and 21 years old. They're looking for jobs. They coming to STRIVE next month. I was like, yo, you always working? Like,
Always working. Yes.
Listen,
that's Rosie, man. She's always ABC, always be close.
But my thing is, you know what? STRIVE is an amazing company, and these young men should benefit for it, you know, and they were looking for employment. So at the end of the day, I was like, listen, come to STRIVE. You want to learn a new trade? We have it for you. We have it for our alumni. Like Tara said, we have the hoist, we have the F60 that we could offer. We have so much that we can still offer for free that will get you to the next level when it comes to construction. So Join us every Tuesdays and Thursdays, like Jill says, at 10 o'clock for Job Club. We're there for you.
Listen,
You know what, Berna,
I have,
sorry.
wait a minute, Tara, I have a message
Yes, ma'am.
because someone
Okay.
says that Tara, stop using my line, Roger that. This is your dad. Remember,
my dad.
without my seed, that seat would be empty. Love,
Oh,
Dad.
hi, Dad. Tara's dad.
Yes, my dad and my mom. My dad and my mom are watching.
Oh my
I
God.
just hope I'm making them proud. Hope I'm making them proud.
Let me tell you something. Tara's mom became my friend now too. Ever since I had Kylo. Well, I ain't have a Kylo, but you know.
So in our
I
last,
just can I say? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I
Go
want
ahead.
I want to say one quick thing. And just to piggyback off of what Terrence was saying, so many times I go out to get new business because that's my job, is to get new companies to hire our students. And people ask me, so if I give you these job orders, how do you do this? How does this work? And the first thing I always say is, I have the most dynamic, powerful group of women that I've ever worked with in all my career. And they are powerful because they make things happen. And that is Afi, Rosie, Jill, and I want to mention Miss Barr. Miss Barr is our senior employment specialist who's been with the company 20 some odd years.
Love you, Miss Barr.
Love you,
We
Ms.
love you, Miss
Barr.
Barr. And Miss Barr has the ability to just screen people, connect them to, she has the ability to do job matching at a level that I don't even think I'm there yet. So I appreciate
mastery.
Right, mastery, exactly. They are just the most powerful women because they make things happen. And that's a simple sentence I tell almost every employer. And after that, I get the job order.
So on that note, I want to thank all the employer partners that are watching. I'm keeping an eye on the clock. And there are just 2 more things that you need to be made aware of. Next week, March 31st, we will be having our workshop, Becoming Mortgage Ready, where Nicole King will come in with the home lending team from JP Morgan Chase. Yes, the actual mortgage lenders. They're going to help our alumni and community find out what does it take to get a mortgage loan approved. You don't want to miss it. That's at 6. And we thank those that came to game night. We are having on April 21st, movie night. And thank you for filling out our poll on Instagram. You told us you want a watch party with Coming to America. So April 21st, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, click like and subscribe to this video, share it with the neighbor, share it with a friend. And thank you so much, Team Awesome. I mean, you guys have made my entire month. I have been looking forward to this night since February 25th because I knew it was going to be phenomenal. I want to thank Tara and Jill and Afi and Rosie and Miss Barr for your dedication, your commitment, not only to each other, but to the people we serve. I salute you. I count it an honor and a privilege to be your colleague, your sister. And I'm going to let Terrence have the last word and close us out. Take it away, T.
Oh, he's on mute. You're on mute, T.
There I go. Ladies, in honor of Women's History Month, it's been a pleasure spending this time with you ladies. It's like we was in the living room chilling or on the stoop. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can always come on my stoop. Lori, whenever you're in Harlem, pull up. You know what I mean? Come on, let's go. It's great seeing you guys. It's great being with you guys. Great working with you guys because you guys are the epitome of professionalism. The work that we do is God's work. And you have to have a special, some kind of bone, some kind of spirit in your body to be successful in what we are doing, because our resources are the people that we serve. And people are differently. And one thing I know about all of you ladies is that you have no cookie cutter approach to anything. You deal with people on an individual basis. In order to be successful in this field, you must know how to do that and master that. And you ladies are masters. And I love being in the company of you ladies, because there's never been a great man without a great lady. You ladies started all. So thank you for being who you are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
That's so
you.
wonderful.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Verna.
much. Until next month. This is the
Subscribe.
STRIVE Alumni Town Hall.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, Shiloh.
Good night, Shiloh.
Did she go